Hello, I'm VictorMa. Today, I wanted to show you a very icon Formula One that is built by Tamiya in 44 years ago. When I'm very young, it is 1977, I remember. Tamiya, they built their first 10-scale radio control Formula One. They use Tyrrell P34. It is only one Formula One success that without 4-wheel. Yes, it is a 6-wheeler. Here you can see 2 axles in front, 4 very small wheels in the front for steering, and 1 normal size big wheel at the rear driver axle. And the Tamiya, it is a very success. They built this one because it got a very beautiful display type plastic body, but for sure it is very easy broken because at that time this plastic is not for radio control car, and the chassis, it is all metal. And let me separate the body and the chassis first so you can see what inside. This is an amazing design. Aluminum chassis you can see, and you can see here is the steering servo. The steering servo both control front and the middle axle. And also got seesaw type suspension. What it means is seesaw type suspension. When the road are bumping, you can see the wheel got spring suspension and like a seesaw up and down. So always keep 4-wheel always on the ground. And the rear drive motor, it is a very small 380 motor, and the gear with differential in the rear axle. At that time, differential are not normal for the radio control model. Most unsuccessful radio control model built by many makers are without differential, so that make the car very difficult to control, especially is for racing. And this one is a very early series. You can see they don't use a Nike battery. They just give you 2 battery box. You can put 4 AA battery inside the car, or middle size, we call it middle size battery put inside the car. And also the radio control use another 4 small AA battery. And this is a speed control, mechanical. And let me show you, this car still can working. At that time, we use a very expensive 4-channel radio control. To be honest, 2-channel is more than enough for this vehicle. Here you can see for steering, the 4-wheel, both steering. And here is the speed control. And I remember, let me switch off for safety reason. I remember it got 2 gearbox ratio for you to choose. This one is direct motor drive the rear axle. Another one is the motor with gearbox and with a clutch to make it a very low speed. At that time, for the children, they already believe it is a very high speed. The original low speed gearbox, it will give you maybe 10 or 12 km per hour, and this one can give you maybe less than 20 km per hour. And it is a lot of fun for the age like me. If you are more than 50 years old, I believe you will remember this famous racing model. And I am sure at that time, I modified a 540 motor for this car because they use really nice rubber tire. After 4 or 5 times playing in the playground, the tire broken. because this tie is almost real. What it means almost real? It is exactly like today, our one. Here you can see the tie almost real, but this Cooper wagon, it is not high-speed vehicle, so not a problem. But for this one, P34, after you changing the big motor, it is a high-speed motor, so not the same result. And in the second year, some Japan other maker, they build Radigo model. They are do the 10 scale size too, and this one very small is a 16 scale. This one, Nikko, Japan very famous brand, Nikko made. It is Radigo, but you cannot believe it goes front suspension, rear suspension, so like the real. And the motor is a similar size, and it is used the digital radio control. I remember my one, I changing the big radio control because they are exactly the same. And another brand in Japan, they build also very nice with differential gear too, you can see, and the forward steering just without suspension, and it is a digital radio control too. For young kid, it is built by Nikko too. It is a 16 scale. I remember they go two. One is only can control steering, and another one can control stop and run. It is both forward steering. Really nice. And why I like to tell you some history about the radio control. Long time ago, all the radio control maker, they build in right scale because they believe it is a display model, put the radio control gear. And then later, they discover the performance problem. They make it not in scale,